What's up, everyone? Well, listen, it's about 1 week away from my birthday once again. I'm going to be 52. 8 years away from 60. Holy crap. I didn't think I'd ever see 40, to be honest. But I've learned a lot in this last 365 days or so, and I want to talk about that today. I mean, every day is a learning experience, of course, but I mean, when you get up there over, 35, 40, and now I'm in my 50s, you learn a lot about yourself. You learn a lot about life. You learn a lot about yourself, and things get certainly put in perspective. And it's a little overwhelming, to be honest. Now, last year I got on stage one more time. That's something I wanted to do for a very long time. I wanted to complete my 30 years of competing, as well as, of course, helping clients out at the same time for competitions. That was something very important to me, and I'm glad that I accomplished that. But really, there's a few different aspects of importance that I'd like to reflect on from what I learned in this last year going into my next birthday. On a spirituality level, I am in so much more appreciation and gratitude to my clients. You get in this particular profession, everyone nowadays wants to be a personal trainer, a coach, an online coach, a contest prep coach. Everyone thinks they can just jump in and do that. And that's great. That's fine, but when you've done it for a while, and I've done it for a while, you learn a lot about what personal training really is. And I wrote on my website many years ago what personal training personally meant to me. You can go on there and read it, but to me it means a lot more than I think most people. But it's just me. So on a personal spiritual level, most importantly, the value of my clients' trust in me is extremely appreciated, even more so now at my particular point in time of life. Because for them to come to me and put their trust in me and invest their hard-earned time and money in me, that means the world to me. And I tell them all, you got me for life, and I truly mean that. On a financial level, what I've learned in the last year is that it's not about the money. I've actually never been that mind frame. I've never been about money. I probably should have years ago, or I would have more in my bank account, but you have to give more and expect less. I mean, well, when I say expect less, I don't mean them to not give back. I want them to give me their all, the clients, on as far as on a financial level. I want to give above and beyond more than they're investing me with. If they're gonna trust me, I'm gonna go way above and beyond and let them know that they made a good decision. And I've always had that attitude, though. My dad helped me learn that years ago, and I used to go to work with him, and he would I said this before in other videos, the guy would put so much attention to detail in what he did, whether it was a tiny little job or a huge, elaborate, crazy job. He would put just as much effort in it, and then some. So I learned a lot from my father. So I learned a lot as far as that goes on a financial level. Now, on a financial level, you have to be you have to be responsible. That's another thing I learned. I can't be, I haven't been on a vacation in over 3 years since I bought a house, and that's a huge responsibility, and things come up, so I can't go and enjoy some things I used to before, but I've accepted that it's part of being responsible. So that's a big thing that I've learned to comprehend. That's you can't be irresponsible with the way you do things. You have to have a budget. You have to, we all know these things. And on the third aspect of things that I've learned in this last year, in regards to on a physiological level, as far as to working out on the gym and all, the biggest thing that I've learned is as you become older, and in my particular case, in my 50s, even more so, life is short, man. You know, when you're younger, you take things for granted. You think you're invincible, of course. You think you can get away with abusing your body with, recreationally, and, not eating correctly and all. And you get a little older and you start to realize, holy crap, I just lost two really, really close friends. Like my best friend and another friend that I've known for over 30 years. These particular individuals took care of themselves. They worked out religiously. They paid attention to their health. They were incredible people. And sadly, my best friend Scott died of cancer. It happened fast. And my friend Leslie died of a heart attack. She was a competitive bodybuilder in her 60s. 60. Spin instructor, as a matter of fact. And gone like that. So you get up to be over 40, 50 years old, things happen fast, without warning sometimes. And that's all solely dependent on how you took care of yourself earlier in life. So you pay more, you get older, you really appreciate health more. Health, as they say, is wealth, and it's true. Another thing I learned, and I started really, really paying more attention to it several years ago, is cardio. I used to be dead set against cardio when I was younger because I was so obsessed with being huge, and that, if you did cardio, you'd hinder your ability or opportunity to put on size, which, yeah, sure, you get bigger, but you're also deteriorating your health. So the one thing that I definitely learned is you need daily, every day, cardio. Whether it's 15 minutes, 20 minutes, 30 minutes, daily, you need to do cardio. And get your heart rate up to at least 70% of your maximum heart rate and sustain it there for at least for a period of time every day. Not for fat loss, for health. That's another thing that I adamantly have been pushing for at least 30 something years, is that cardio is overrated for fat loss. It's necessary in the process of burning fat, but that's if all other factors are in check. But as far as general health, you absolutely, absolutely need a strong circulatory system, and that's solely dependent upon your cardiovascular fitness. So you need that daily. One other big aspect of this is that you need consistency is everything. Everything. You need to be consistent with your workout. You need to be consistent with eating your meals daily. You need to be consistent with your health. You can't just sprinkle it in whenever you feel it's convenient. No matter what your excuse, kids, job, whatever, it has to be done. Consistency is the key to all. And I can't emphasize that enough. I mean, years ago, I was at an expo. Maybe I mentioned this before, but I was at an expo. There's an older gentleman, and he was like 75, I think, at the time. And I sat down next to him, and just through conversation, he says to me, you know, I'm celebrating. He was 70. He said he was celebrating 50 years of working out. This is at an Arnold Schwarzenegger, the Arnold Classic years ago in Ohio, and we were at the expo. And I said, well, if you don't mind, I just at that particular time I had just celebrated 30 particular years of working out. And I said, well, what can you tell me you learned in your 50 years of being involved in weight training and exercise and all? And he said, honestly, it's just all about consistency. That's what the guy said. And the guy was jacked, in shape, in his 70s, and a personal friend of Arnold Schwarzenegger's, mind you. So that was impressive. So I'm going to leave it at that. My birthday's next week. I've learned a lot in this last year. You know, spiritually, financially, body, mind, it all works together. It's all tied in together. You have to step back, put things into perspective. You need to gather what you learned every year and take those particular mistakes, shortcomings, and accomplishments and just jumble them all together and learn from it all. That's what life's all about. It's about learning from your failures and your successes. So that's it. I'm going to leave it at that. I don't want this video to go on for too long. I hope everyone's well. I'll see you guys all very soon, and get to the gym. And thanks for listening once again. I'll see you all very, very soon.